Hi, I'm Emily Booth. I wrote the original story, I'm producing, and I'm taking the lead role in the film Selkie. I'm fascinated with women in mythology. After a bit of research into mermaids and that kind of thing, I discovered the Selkie mythology, which kind of originates in Scotland and Ireland. It's a beautiful myth, and I fell in love with the story, which we'll tell you a bit more about later.
Hi, I'm Simon Booth. I wrote the screenplay and I'll be directing the film Selkie. Basically, my background, I started in film and photography quite young, as a teenager really. I went to University of Westminster and did a film degree. Then when I left, I made a short film called Double, which was shown at the London Film Festival. And then after that, I've worked as a freelancer really, doing camera, lighting, cinematography and directing. Worked on low budget features, independent films, music videos, TV commercials. But Selkie is the most ambitious thing that I've done.
A tiny bit about myself. I've been in a lot of cult TV shows as a presenter, and I'm also a horror actress, I suppose. I've been in Cradle of Fear, which was by Alex Chandon, Evil Aliens by Jake West, and his more recent Doghouse, where I played a zombie hairdresser. I'm currently the face of the Horror Channel as their TV presenter and host. So what is Selkie? It's a short film, and we want it to be tragic, beautiful, haunting, monstrous, mysterious, and definitely unique. But a bit more about the story.
The story is basically, well, it originates in Celtic myth. The Selkie is a creature that's from the sea, mythical creature, who when she goes onto land she assumes a human form, but if someone takes her skin, which she sheds when she goes on land, then she is beholden to them until they return her skin to her. If they don't return her skin to her, she's basically enslaved to the person who owns her skin for the rest of her life. And
I suppose the driving force behind this story is her need to get her skin back and reclaim and return to her true form.
But the fisherman who finds her skin doesn't return it. He keeps the Selkie to use as he wants. Really, she's a housekeeper. She's a sexual plaything. She's his slave, really, and it's a miserable existence for her.
But he gets what's coming to him.
She gets her revenge.
Selkie does turn into a sea creature, and that is something you will see. This is how I describe the Selkie: is beautifully monstrous. So that's kind of the effect we're going for. She's not
an
just
elegant,
a monster.
sophisticated monster.
So we've enlisted the help of special effects artist and technician Robbie Drake. Robbie worked on Clive Barker's Nightbreed in 1990. More recently, he did The Seasoning House, Attack the Block, the TV series Misfits, to name but a few. He's really passionate about this project. He's doing it all for free, apart from repaying for materials, simply because he said he'd never been able to do a transformation sequence from human to sea creature and design it from scratch. This isn't going to be a mermaid. It's not going to be like anything you've ever seen before. It's a truly unique, original design, isn't it?
We'll talk about Danny, because he's really doing all the design work for the creature. He's a brilliant sort of graphic artist. What does he do, Anne?
His style is really dark, gothic. It's more graphic novel than fantasy art.
He's got a great eye and a great imagination, and straight away when I saw his work I thought he's someone who I would feel very confident giving the idea to and seeing what he comes up with. And so far he's come up with some brilliant ideas, and we've been working on it, refining it. We've actually assembled a really strong and passionate crew for the film, and everyone's agreed to do it for free, just for basic expenses, which is terrific because we've got real high calibre people. Our lead actor, Joseph Rye, who's going to be playing the role of the fisherman, is classically trained, has done everything from West End, Shakespeare, to feature films like Alien vs Predator, lots of television, TV commercials. He's a very versatile, very skilled actor. He's got a great look, great voice, brooding. Yeah, he's perfect for the role. Emily, you talk about the music.
We're going to have an original score created because this is a real mood piece. It's high on atmosphere and
music's very important.
We've got quite strong ideas. I quite like to mix elements of folk, which you came up with.
Yes.
With a modern kind of twist to it, like maybe slightly electronica things going on. So we wanted an original score, and we've got Frank Moon and Beverly Harling, brilliant musicians, Frank Moon recently completely originally scored Kafka's Metamorphosis, which was at the English National Opera House.
They're both brilliant, very versatile, very skilled musicians. And also, interestingly, they've got a lot of skill with old, ancient instruments that aren't really known, aren't really played or
like
heard
Arabic
much.
guitars and Indian pianos. And Beverly Harling was in Medieval Babes. Some people might know that. Our sound man is Mark Walters. He has done so much for about 20 years. He's done everything from, he's done Doctor Who, Casualty, Torchwood, The Bill, loads of TV, loads of films, very experienced.
We're in good hands with him. Because it's a mythic story, it's really set in the past. We didn't want to set it in a particular time, a particular era. We didn't want those constraints, but I wanted to feel very old and mythic, a little bit fairy tale. And I felt it's really important that we find really old, for the interiors, old buildings that really look how they looked hundreds of years ago, preserved as they are, which is extremely difficult to find. But we have found a couple of potential locations, both of which will look absolutely incredible on film because they are preserved interiors looking hundreds of years old.
Well, they are. They're authentic medieval buildings. One of them is actually kind of a living museum.
And Hastings itself offers loads of potential. It's a very ancient place. It's got lots of interesting old windy streets. The old town itself dates back hundreds of years, and there's lots of old buildings there that exist looking exactly as they did. It will look beautiful on camera. Basically, all the money that we need, because everyone's doing it for free, we're actually able to do it for a fairly low budget, but it will have really high production values. All the money's really going on the screen. Predominantly, about a third of the budget is needed for makeup. Yep,
special effects materials, and then the location hire. We need obviously money for that, and then it's expenses, so everybody's food and travel, and also post-production facilities need to be paid for, obviously. So that is where your money's going to go. So if you think this sounds like a really unique original idea, which it is, and you want to help make it happen, then pledge what you can. There's different amounts. You will reap the benefits, and also you will know that you have been a driving force behind making Selkie come to life. Thank you.